Hey everyone, Irit here with a new process video for Shimmerz. And today I am working in my art journal. This is a lovely art journal with watercolor paper, so you can kind of mist it more freely than just a regular art journal. And I started with some paint. I'm using the AcriTonez in 3 Sheets to the Wind, which is the white color, and Pinkadelic, which is the pink one, of course. And I'm using this palette knife to get some great texture right from the beginning. Now, because I'm using watercolor paper, I don't really need to prime the paper. It handles misting beautifully. I'm not going completely crazy. I'm not soaking the paper, but you'll see that I am also adding some paint there. So I'm just playing with some Dina Wakley stencils, and I decided this time I wanted to use flat color, no shimmer. So I'm using Coloringz, which are the flat sprays from Shimmerz, flat meaning no shimmer. And I started with pink stilettos, which is my favorite hot pink. And I will also be using Pretty in Pink, which is kind of a warmer shade of pink. And those two look lovely together. As well as, of course, a great addition to everything, no yoking. Yellow is probably, I think I use it on almost all my layouts. I love it with pinks because when it mixes you get pretty oranges. I love it with teals because when it mixes you get lovely greens and mint colors. So it's one of those go-to colors. And I'm just trying to get the extra mist off my stencil because I hate cleaning stuff. So yeah. Now I'm going to add some stamping, and you can't really tell, maybe you can just a little bit on video because it's so bright, but what I'm using now is called Dilutions journal tape sheets, and it's basically sheets with pieces of tape on them. So you will see this better when I actually remove the tape from the sheet and add it to my layout. But these are a lot of fun to play with. I really like them. They come in a package with different widths. I hope I pronounced that. And I think here I used the 1-inch width, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm just adding some stamping with VersaFine Onyx Black ink, which is water resistant once dry. So great for using with watercolors and sprays and all that. And this is a little canvas sheet. These are also from Dilutions, and they are called Adhesive Canvas Blank, and it's just pieces of canvas, white canvas with their adhesive backed, so you can easily cut them or not cut them and just add them to your projects. So I'm also playing with that. I just want a variety of textures, and you see how I used that stamp. I think I will do this again soon in the video. I just sprayed the stamp with some mist and kind of overlapping it, and that gave me that lovely ombre effect, you know, switching smoothly from one color to the other. I loved how that looked, and the sprays look beautiful on that canvas. They just soak right in, and it looks gorgeous. The color is intense and beautiful. So just playing with another stencil from Dina Wakley. I really like this stencil because it has a variety of different shapes on it. So you get kind of more bang for your buck, I would say. And after I stamped on that sheet of journal tape, I just added some mists. And I'm keeping it all in those, you know, pink and yellow color family. That helps me to have a fresh look. There I go, stamping, misting my stamp again. And I just love how that looks. So gorgeous. So the stamps are also by Dina Wakley. It's a great stamp set. I love circles. It's just one of those super easy, lovely elements to use on your layouts and art journal pages and cards and anything, paper craft related. So you can also see you can just take the canvas to the stamp if you don't want to mess with it, because it is a little bit messy when you spray it like that. What you could do is use something like a craft sheet and just spray some mist, some colorings on top of it, and then kind of dip your stamp in that. That would work too. I was just too lazy to get my craft mat. So my surface there is newspaper print paper that you see me using just as my work surface. It's very, very absorbent, so anything I spray on it is immediately absorbed, and I don't stick my fingers in any wet mist. So I like to use that. I changed my table, the sheet on my table occasionally, and I think I should change it now because it's getting a little bit too messy. And then you can use that for collage pieces and mini books and art journals and whatever you want. So my tape is dry, and now I'm just adding it to my art journal spread, and you can see you can cut it with scissors, you can rip it with your fingers. It's lovely and semi-transparent, so you also get, it doesn't block everything beneath it. That really adds to that whole more detailed, layered look that is, one of the secrets, not secrets, but it's one of the ways of getting interesting art journal spreads, just building those layers. And this is a fun way of doing that. I think it looks really beautiful. And of course you can use contrasting colors, but I like my pinks and yellows, so I stayed with that. And now I'm just cutting my canvas sheets, and you can see with the adhesive it's super easy to add them to your projects. And I just love the different textures, and the Coloringz works really well on all of them. Works well on the tape, on the canvas, on my paper, in my journal, on the paint. I have to say that all the mists and other medias look really lovely on the AcriTonez because it's a matte finish acrylic paint. It works really well. I really recommend, if you do art journaling and you use a lot of layers and you like to add things like pencil markings and mists and all that on top of paint, then I highly recommend going with matte paint. It just receives other media much better than regular acrylic paint, which tends to be semi-glossy in finish and has more of a resist to it. So if you can get your hands on some matte paint, that's a good idea. So we're getting close to the final stages of this layout. I did not dip any brushes in my coffee, which is quite an achievement, I have to say. And I'm using these cute little stickers from Dylusions. These are called Dylusions Creative Diary with DYARY stickers. There are 24 pages of stickers. Some of them are painted and some are not. In this case, I just used the ones that were painted and already kind of coordinated with my color scheme. That poor yellow sticker I'm adding now will get removed and restuck and removed and restuck, but eventually it will stay in that spot. So these stickers are just really fun because they kind of look like they were cut out from an art journal already, so you don't really need to add anything on top of them. I will be adding just a few more scribble lines in black and white to add more detail and also help the pieces of canvas that I stuck on look more like a part of the page as opposed to just something I stuck on my background and is not really connected to it. So I will do that soon with a pen. Just adding a few more stickers, and I'm going to use 2 pens, one for all the scribbles and then another one for journaling. And this pen is called a Platinum pen. I got it from Amazon. It's like a fountain pen with a very delicate nib. So I like it for using, I like it for adding those little scribble lines, but for journaling sometimes it can be a little bit too fine for me, especially if I'm working on, you know, an A4 size journal. It's quite a large one. So yeah, but this is a beautiful pen and relatively inexpensive for a fountain pen, and it comes with carbon ink, which is waterproof and water resistant, so you can just add on top of it whatever you want and it won't smear. And the pen I will be using for my journaling is also fantastic. It's by Otto, it's called. I will put links to all of these in the description box. And it just writes on just about anything, and it's a lot thicker than the fountain pen, and I find it to be a great size for journaling. So I thought about adding this sticker, but you'll see I'm trying everything, every place. Again, removing that poor yellow sticker, but it's just a bit too much, and it's just covering bits and pieces that I like, and I can't find the right place for it. Looks a bit disconnected. So back it goes. Back goes the yellow sticker. And I'll soon be done with this. So just a quick reminder, if you're shopping on the Shimmerz website, make sure you mention my name and you will receive a freebie to try out. Yeah, so thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. This was a lot of fun to make. It was really fast and just fun, and I really love how the sprays really worked well on all surfaces that I tried here. So as I mentioned before, just mention my name and receive a surprise freebie. And here are some close-up shots and some still photos of my finished page. I hope you feel inspired. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you a lovely day. Bye.